Jay here. This is my final month-and-a-half ownership review of the 3D Systems Cube 3D printer. This is sold as a inkjet type, buy it, put it on your desk, hit go and print kind of 3D printer. And at the, I think the MSRP on these is $12.99 for the printer, or $13.50 for the print pack, which comes with 3 extra cartridges and Cubify Invent, which is a CAD program. And that's what I got. The printer is designed to work with both PLA and ABS plastics. It is a basically a 4 inch by 4 inch by 4 inch print area. It prints on a glass unheated build tray. It's magnetically held down. It uses a cartridge system for the filament. It uses a single color, single extrusion head. It has a wireless G and USB input. It's not USB. You can't plug this in USB to your printer and feed the drawings to it. The only way to get the drawing to the machine is a USB stick or wireless. It has, I would say that this thing prints medium. It's about, I think it's 80 millimeters a second. That's the right terminology. It may be 50. So I would say it's a medium speed. It prints in medium quality for PLA. If you compare, and I'll get into why you can't tell what this is doing, but if you compare the print quality to ones you've printed on other machines, I would say it's a medium quality. Overall, the machine, mechanically, is a good printer. Is it worth the street price? No, it's worth about half that. If this printer was $700, $800, it would be a very good deal. Getting close to $9, but for the price point it's at now, it's not that good a deal. There's better out there, and I'll get into that in a second. The design itself is only a 13 by 13 by 14. It fits on your desk. It's a heavy, meaty. You don't get the feeling that this is like a Mendel or a Pressa or one of the other ones. With the threaded rod, pyramid, printed parts. It's sort of a wonky Rube Goldberg feel to those. If you pick them up, they may fall apart or get out of adjustment. This thing, you feel like you can carry it around, which is what they designed for. They want you to have this as your house printer. Now let me talk about the cons, the things that the reason that I don't think this is a good deal. First of all, the software, the Cube software, the interface between your computer and this printer is junky. It has no selections, whereas on some of the open source or like the MakerBots, you have Replicator G or Makerware, and that allows you to vary certain aspects: your heat, your print speed, your line thickness, your amount of infill, your amount of shells, walls. I mean, there's a lot of techie stuff you can dial in to assist you in printing the parts. The software on this is very limiting. The only infill selection, really the only selection you get is infill, and that's hollow, which means nothing. Strong, which is about 50% infill, and solid, which is 100% infill. So you don't get a lot of selection in that. You don't get a selection on the shells, which is the outside wall before it fills in the inside. Here's an idea. See the flat? Well, the inside's where it started putting the fill in there, and you can't select anything, so you can't dial anything in, so it limits you in the complication of how complicated your model is, what kind of overhangs and stuff like that. Because this is only a single extrusion, you can only print supports in the same material, which makes it very hard. See, here's where I turned a raft on this ABS part, and you basically had to grind the dang raft off. It wouldn't come off. So you're sort of limited in the geometries because of the software limitations and because of the actual limitations of it itself, the printer. But that's true of several printers in the same design. Now this printer is supposed to be designed to print PLA and ABS. I'll tell you right now, it will not print ABS well at all. PLA, the polylactic acid, the corn-based or vegetable-based recyclable plastic, it prints very well. You know, it prints nice flat parts, you know, dimensionally stable parts. The ABS, because it's an unheated build tray, it doesn't really print well. See, there's a piece that it didn't finish printing well, and it came off. You know, so you can see printing lines in it, and even these very small pieces. This is Wing Commander W.T. Thomas's deep prime test block off of MakerBot operator. Yeah, but even these small parts, they just curl right up off the build tray. There's no way. Now, what they want you to do on the build tray, and this is a design feature, but they want you to use their $9 a bottle glue, and you slather it all over. You let it dry to get tacky, and then you print on it. It's sort of like using hairspray on a glass plate on some of the other ones. That's one of the tricks you can do. So you're supposed to use that for ABS and PLA. It doesn't work on ABS. It does not work. PLA, it does work, but then I found out the ubiquitous blue painter's tape applied to the build tray works better than the glue. I mean, it sticks like an SOB to this blue tape. Basically, it pulls the tape up just about every time you print it out, which is fine because it's throwaway and the tape's cheap. It also it has a sandbox. And a sandbox is a ecosystem that they build around a product. For example, iPhones and Androids. You know, if you go iPhone, you play in iTunes. Everything you buy comes out of iTunes. It's guaranteed to work. So for the most part, same thing for Android. What 3D Systems have done is with this printer, they've created an ecosystem at Cubify.com. They want you to buy, you know, extended models from them. You know, you can buy different models. They're $4 each. Or you can design something or buy one of their more advanced, big models and pay them to print it out and ship it to you. Because 3D Systems is really big in the high-end and medium-end 3D Systems printer. This is their new low-end. They just got into this. And they also have, you know, customizable apps that you run in the cloud and you download the finished product and print it on here. And they supply you with extra models, and you know you can buy your supplies right on there. And let's talk about the supplies. In the sandbox, this is $9 for this glue. Their cartridges are $60 a pop unless you buy them in quantity, but the cheapest you can get these things is $50 each. Now, at $50 each, it's not that good a deal. For like your other open source or your MakerBots or stuff, they come on a reel this big, and these are about, depending on which ones you buy, anywhere from $30 to $50 shipped, or you know, free shipping. They're not nowhere near as expensive as these. I mean, same price, but you're getting a lot more material. These are 2.2 kilograms, 1.1 pounds, I think, or 1 pound. These things are, you're lucky if there's a quarter of a pound in here. You know, so it's just like real inkjets. You know, they want you to play in their sandbox and buy their products and print with their equipment. The software, again, which I said was a limiting factor, the software, you can only use their software. So they want you in their little ecosystem buying their products, buying their, you know, overpriced consumables. You know, these things are chipped on the bottom. There it is. There's your entry point. It's chipped on the bottom, so you can't rewind these. You can't reuse them. All you can do is send them in on your nickel for them to recycle. And you can't use ABS. Again, I want to stress that because that was the big thing. I wanted ABS, and this will not reliably print anything bigger than a BB. So I would give this overall a 6. If you're but this is geared towards more like, you know, you got a 12-year-old kid that has to do a report on volcanoes of Polynesia. You know, you can download stuff to print that out, you know, visual aids. Or if you're a soccer mom, and I don't use that to be sexist, but if you're a soccer mom and you want to print, you know, earrings for your daughter and, you know, crowns and crafts and stuff like that, they're real big on that. Jewelry, you know, big clunky jewelry and stuff. There is some technical things you can do with this. For example, I had what do you call it? Ice bag, ice pack that had a screw on top. That over the years, because we'd screwed it on, the rubber wouldn't seal anymore. That when it bottomed out, it wouldn't seal. So I printed a ring that went up under the rubber, so that now when you tighten the cap on, the rubber pushes up against the bottom, and you get a good seal. Something like that you can use this for, and it would be cool. But as far as somebody making, like, parts for work, which I did. I mean, here's a part I made. This is a part we make at work out of Teflon, but I just made it out of PLA. This is another part. This is a bearing cage adapter, and it actually didn't do too bad. It's got a radius here in the back. It's got a flat. It's got a countersink as it comes out to a point, and it's fat and chunky on the end with holes. So I mean, it actually printed that one okay in PLA. But if you compare it to something a little bit better, there's no comparison. Again, if you are going to spend this kind of money and you don't have like a 12-year-old, because this is good, it's all sealed up and it's got a warranty and they fix it. You ship it off if there's any problems, and they fix it. So I mean, it's a little bit of a dumbed down system too. So this would be about the only thing. If you really wanted the simplicity of a cartridge, simplicity of a download this, print that you're good. However, I still think it's overpriced. $700 to $800, this would be a much better deal. I mean, this would be in the running. But even at that price point, if you have any kind of more technical savvy, if you know how to tweak software, and I'm not talking, like programming code. I'm talking about just figuring out, okay, I need 2 shells or this infill or whatever. Just a little bit of tech knowledge. You can look at something like a PrintBot Junior. They're like $500. You could look at like a Solid Doodle Basic. They're like $500-600. And you can step up some the kits. I don't really like the kits because some of those really look like Rube Goldberg kind of contraptions. I'm not that big a tech hacker wear kind of thing. I mean, I'd like to buy mine already put together so I don't have to screw with it. But there's up to $1,000. There's a lot of better printers out there that have a lot more capabilities. So again, this would be a 6. If you have kids, or if you want the simplicity, I would still give this about an 8 because of the price. Now, if they come off the price, or if they improve their software, and that software stinks, or allow you to use third-party software on this can quickly jump up to a 9 or a 10, because it is a good, steady, well done made warranty printer, unlike a lot of the kits or a lot of the other services or other kits or other symbol bots you can buy. Here's some of the items I've made, like these, here's little PLA parts. Now this is a tool caddy I made. I printed this on the replicator that I bought. Because I had this 2 weeks. I bought this for work, and I had it 2 weeks, and knew this was not the way we wanted to go, because it does direct you at their ecosystem, and we want something we can print stuff off our SolidWorks and things like that. So I went out and ordered a Replicator 2X, which prints 2-color ABS, and I printed this on there. It's a little caddy to hold your glue and memory cube. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you like the review, give me a thumbs up. I don't particularly care if you give me a thumbs up. I don't do this for, public satisfaction. I do this for the people that want to follow me, or my friends, or anybody that just stumbles across it. If you like it, great. I'm not doing this to be Justin Bieber. I have some more videos of this thing printing. If you want to see those, let me know. There's countless videos of this thing printing, just like when I do my review of my 2X, there's countless videos of the 2X printing. I'm probably not going to put any up there. But on the whole, it's a good PLA printer. It's got okay software if you're using it in the house. If you're using it for anything outside the house, it stinks, the software does. But the printer itself is good. I think it's way overpriced for what you're getting, unless you need the cartridge simplicity, the warranty from a major company, and the ability to set this thing on a desk somewhere, rig up the wireless and hit print, for like a ring for your ice pack or chess pieces or jewelry for your daughter. That's about it. Otherwise, keep looking. All right, this is Jay. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll talk at you later.